Okay, welcome back. My bread came out of the oven after just about 55 minutes. So the clue for me, I started to obviously smell it, right? That's always the first thing you'll do. So I turned on the oven light to look at it. The color was good. It was definitely getting brown. So I opened up the oven drawer to look and could see that the edge of the bread was actually just starting to come away from the inside of the pan. And then finally I stuck a toothpick in the middle of it and it came out clean. So that's how I knew that my bread was done before my full hour was up. So the next trick for you is when I took it out of the oven, I left it inside my baking loaf pan, right? So it's in here still. And I left it in there for about 10 minutes. And so what's happening is that the steam from the bread itself is actually going to make it even easier to take the bread out of the loaf. So I've got a cooling rack set out. It's been cooling inside of the pan, although it's still very quite hot. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fingers crossed, just tip it out. And yep, it came right out exactly as I would hope. Okay, so I've got it upside down and it's probably, nope, it's not too hot to touch. So I'm just gonna use my hands, flip it over, and you can see there's that really, really nice crust on the top where we put in the sugar. So I can let it cool here on the rack, and really that's what I should do, is to let it cool. However, I'm gonna go ahead and cut into it right now just so we can see what it looks like on the inside. So let me grab a bread knife and we're gonna just cut off the edge of this crust. Oh, can you hear that? That sounds good, right? That crust on top. All right, and there we go. A nice, beautiful loaf. I can see that the pecans are spread throughout the whole loaf. So that means that I chop them up well. If you don't chop them up enough, your nuts, they actually can sink to the bottom of your dough. So when you're making that. So yeah, everything in here looks fantastic. And let's see here, I'm just gonna get my butter out. Because what's bread without butter, right? And just put on a little tiny bit of butter on top. And I love those flavors. That was wonderful. Still warm though. So again, as I was saying, feel free to make this bread with any flavors that you like. I did pecan coconut, but you can absolutely do banana nut, Jamaican banana nut, dried cranberries, fresh blueberries, lemon poppy seed, pistachios, whatever you have in your cupboard in terms of dried fruit, fresh fruit, nuts. Have fun with it and just kind of really make the bread your own. So I cannot wait to hear how your loaf comes out. Go ahead and leave me some comments below or take a picture and show it to me. Other than that, I will see you next week. So this ends the first 4 weeks of our basic bakes. The next 4 weeks are all cookies. So we'll be starting off with macarons next week. So the next 5 weeks we're going to be doing are all cookies. I'm sorry, the next... So the next 4 weeks... And so the next 4 weeks that we're going to be doing is all cookies, starting off with macarons. So come on back for week 5 of our first block of cookies for French macarons. I will see you then, and happy baking.